Hello.
Hello.
I'm Dave.
I'm Rick.
I'm here as an observer,
Oh yeah.
and you probably recognize them.
Well, I know one of them for sure. I don't know if you remember about this or not. Long time ago, I was a lot younger, and well, my memory isn't as good as it used to be, but I recognize.
Yeah, well, I talked to you when I opened Old Abbey, and then Trading Post became on site.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm getting a bit decrepit.
Yeah, me too.
Things are packing up.
I know. I have the same problem.
You're looking pretty good, though.
Not bad. I mean, I keep busy.
You guys are the same age?
I don't know. No.
87.
No. I'm only 72.
Oh, okay.
I'm just a young fella.
Oh, easy.
He's young.
Yeah, I'm just a young guy.
Well, John's 87
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Jenny, where was she?
You went to the truck.
She's 88. I'll be 88 in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And you were in the hop industry?
No.
You were in the microbrewery industry.
Yeah.
Beer, yeah.
Yeah. I was the idiot that started this.
I'm shaking hands. Shaking hands. You know? Well, that's what's helping the industry, the hop
Mind
industry
you,
right now.
Yeah.
They say it was me, but it wasn't. It was Peter Hyman.
Well,
I mean, the politics
Yeah.
and the corruption,
Yeah.
the social credit,
Yeah.
way back in the 80s,
Yeah.
70s,
Yeah.
and 60s,
Yeah.
they were just gangsters. I'm not kidding you.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, things have changed a lot since then.
Oh, thank God for that.
You know,
thank God for that.
in the hop industry and in the farming industry and the whole, it's all
Yeah.
changed.
You know, when I started this, you'll never make it go this Mitchell. You're an idiot. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
And when you do try and then make a success,
Yeah.
all hell breaks loose.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everybody becomes an expert, you know.
Yeah.
And this is what Churchill said. Couldn't stand experts. He said an ex is a has-been.
Yeah, there you go.
And a spurt is a drip under pressure.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I think we're all starting to do better now.
Yeah.
So when did you start growing hops?
I started in the hop industry in 1968.
This is John I. Haas.
Yeah,
68.
I worked for
No,
John.
Don Rose. Who's he?
He was the manager before me.
Oh, he was before you.
Before me.
Because he was the one I was buying my hops from.
Yeah, he was before me. When Don Rose was the manager, I was the foreman of one of the farms.
And Helene, one of the girls in the office.
Helen.
Helen.
Yeah, she was his
Charming
secretary, and then she was my secretary as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
God, that's
So you worked for Haas?
I worked for Haas. I started off as just a tractor driver,
Wow.
then went to kiln dryer, then went to pick machine operator, then went to sprayer, doing all the spraying, and then I became the foreman of one of the farms, and then from the foreman I became the manager of the whole thing.
wow. And that's when did they sell? They sold
It was 1997 it was all sold.
97.
Yeah.
To who? Who bought it?
It was bought by,
Real estate company.
well, yeah, basically. It was bought by a company,
Acquaintance.
Aquilini and,
Oh.
Acquaintance bought it.
They demolished all the old buildings.
Some of the old buildings on the main farm are still there. A lot of it's been cannibalized, like there's no more dryers left. The drying rooms are still there. Part of the baler is still there.
But Haas is still in business, aren't they?
Oh, the
Just in the States.
I thought so.
third
In the
largest,
States, yeah.
Just in the
third
States.
largest supplier
Yeah.
of hops.
See,
in the
this
world.
company up here was
yeah.
called John I. Haas,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't the same company as down there.
I see.
We were owned by John I. Haas.
Oh.
John I. Haas owned that company down there, and he sold it to Barth and Company.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
But he kept 1,000 acres of hops as a hobby farm.
Nice.
This guy had more money, he don't know what to do. He kept 1,000 acres as a hobby farm.
Really?
Incredible. I mean, down in the States in the Willamette Valley,
Yeah.
beautiful hops.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and then of course hops died right off.
Well, I'm a real hop man.
Yeah.
I can't stand pellets.
Well.
I mean, they should be banned as far as I'm concerned.
You need to edit that part.
Well, you know, it's just easier to store them and keep them. And whole hops deteriorates so
I
fast.
love the hop spoiling.
Oh, so
in the
do I.
kettle. You know,
So do I,
and
but-
everyone's moaning about the hop back,
Yeah.
which if you design a decent hop back, you've got no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just part of technology. I mean, they were able to find ways to process hops,
Absolutely.
retain the flavor, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
nitrogen packed,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and you get beautiful hops like
Oh, yeah,
they were
yeah.
just harvested,
Yeah, yeah.
but, you know.
Dry hopping in the casks.
Yeah.
The old peerless system is gone,
yeah.
which is a tragedy.
See, I don't know much about the brewing. I never had anything to do with the brewing. I hate to tell you, I don't even like beer.
You don't? Oh, that's it then.
My dad drank enough beer for me, so it was okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't care for beer that much. I'm an ex-sailor.
Oh, you're a rum guy.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we should try hops with rum.
They have. They do, yeah.
Wiser's, I think, has
Yeah,
it.
yeah, they put hops in. And
There we go.
up there at John's place, they brought in some rye, and a couple bottles of rye, and they put it in this decanter, and they put hops in it.
Gorgeous.
Do you know what I did yesterday for Tony? I went into the beautiful new liquor store in Parkville North,
Okay.
and I bought him a bottle of rum,
Nice.
which I know he'll give me some. He said.
Yeah, and one of the guys that, like Raymond, you know Raymond,
Yeah, bring it off, yeah.
he, some guys came to his farm, some of his friends, last year, and of course they were having a party, so they brought regular beer. Regular beer. And Raymond says, "What the hell is that crap? I'm in the craft industry here."
Yes.
So they took the regular beer, opened it up, stuffed about 4 or 5 good hops in it, and
That's great.
poked it down. He said, "You can actually taste the difference."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in 2005 or 2006, when I was at House Sound still, and John and I met in '96 at House Sound, I wanted to do something kind of cool in BC, and I came up with the John Mitchell series. And it was supposed to be a high gravity, imperial, double, style beers, but lots of hops, and we came up with something called Total Eclipse of the Hop, part of the John Mitchell series. And it was supposed to be a new beer every 3 months, but they became so popular that it's just, they have to keep them on now. They're
Yeah, but 42 or 43 different recipes.
They've got variety. Variety's the spice of life, for sure.
Yeah, but I'm an old fogey. Oh, I'm going to have my bitter. Let's go
Yeah.
relax. Have your bitter and be done with it.
Yeah.
They got lots of
And
varieties
that's
now.
good too, I mean, for sure.
You know, I mean, I love those. You just go to have the same beer every day. That's what I want.
You know, John's original vision for craft beer is something that I really want to work with John, you know, over the coming months and really try and get that down on paper. What was the original vision? You know, why?
Yeah.
Why did you want craft beer? What was so different about it? And, you know, really getting that down. And,
Well, I can remember when the craft beer really started. I mean, at the farm we heard about it. And this is really gonna help the industry and all that.
Right, yeah.
Didn't get started fast enough for the hop farm out there because it became such a glut of hops in the market.
Right.
That's why it never became. That's why it didn't stay as a hop farm because of the glut.
You know, I consider myself extremely lucky because I was in London in 1951, 49, 51, 50, 51, 52, and training in the Mayfair Hotel. And it was early 50s was the last time that the old brewers, the craftsmen brewers, were the brewing beer that had been brewed for literally 100 years or more. But you've had 2 world wars, 1914, 1918, 30s, the 20s, war hell breaking loose, 30s, the Depression, 40s, the Second World War, and after the war, there were just a few old breweries stumbling along with their old equipment because it was all clapped out by then. And they were brewing magnificent beers. These are the old school craftsman brewers. And then E.P. Taylor from Canada in the 60s, early 60s, because the British brewing industry was depressed, let's face it, as indeed England was depressed after the Second World War. He stepped in and bought these plants out, Bash Darringtons and all the classic names, Worthington, and he created one of the biggest European brewer E.P. Taylor, and wanted to inflict onto the British what he had achieved in Canada, namely Black Label and Labatt's Pilsner.
Inflict is a good word.
Yeah. And so this is where camera started. You know, the campaign for real ale. You had people like Pulling a Phosphor by Roger Prost. They were all Manchester Guardian reporters. They were on a holiday in Ireland, and they said, listen, if we don't do something, we'll lose the whole English craft, beautiful beers that we've known for centuries. Will be gone because of this massive takeover. And that's why camera started. Yeah, and I remember the beers in London because I remember drinking them and thinking, man, this is fantastic. And that's what I was trying to achieve in Horseshoe Bay and at Spinnaker's. And actually, for my own brewing, for myself, I did it. I
So
can
it's-
look back and
young
say,
people
man,
now- Young people now want all different tastes. They don't want that.
Well, they
No.
also want the same thing 2 days in a row.
That's right.
no, that's right.
There's no loyalty anymore.
No, so they want
Brian,
a
you gonna say
whole
hello if you
pile.
get a minute?
Yeah, they want us, you know, they just want a different flavor all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Ken Grossman is the only brewer that I know of, as I said to you, is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, that's it.
I mean, Ken came up
And he's a
back in the
billionaire.
80s to talk to John Mitchell
Yeah,
at Horseshoe
he
Bay.
came up
Just
to
when
see
he
me
was
when I was-
transitioning out of his garage,
And
essentially.
it's Spinnaker's.
Oh, you introduce a gentleman to Brian. This is Brian Zach Rosen. Brian, this is John Mitchell, the grandfather of craft beer in British Columbia.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
John Oler,
John
John's
Oler.
friend.
And you know Rick Knight, I think?
Yeah,
Oh, hey, Rick, how you
yeah,
doing?
how you doing?
Brian's our,
Maybe you from the
the
conference,
the
yeah.
business of craft beer, that's the first one we went to, yeah.
enjoyed your comments.
Whereas these gentlemen, he bought hops off of John Haas farm in the 80s.
The 80s, yeah.
When Rick was
I
there.
remember putting the bale in the back of my old Toyota truck and getting tours to unload it in Horseshoe Bay.
And into
That
the,
was what,
200 pounds.
200 pounds, that's right.
into the kettle of wind.
Partner figure.
Wow.
Oh, they were beautiful hops.
Oh, yeah, that tall,
Yeah.
all wrapped in burlap, nice little painting on it.
Did you build your hop back? Or where'd your hop back come from? Because that hop back is
No.
still being used, isn't it?
Yeah, no, the one that came from SPR was a failure.
Okay.
So I designed another one which was okay. But it's, you know, it's improving.
Yeah.
But I love it. I would like, my dream would be a real copper, made of copper, real copper, direct fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you want to fire it with?
Gas,
A gas would be good.
Like
Yes.
Old Abbey, it's
You can't,
natural gas.
You can't
natural
Direct
gas.
fire.
stoke it with coal.
Wood.
But there used to be in the mash tuns, you know, they'd rate because they knew exactly in the copper, in this is the mash tun, exactly what the temperatures were for all the enzyme breakdowns, which is the ultimate of the enzymes converting the starches
And that's
into
the
sugars.
difference now with what John is talking about, that art, the real art and science and the craft.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the new brewers, and I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them, they're coming into commercial breweries with really very limited brewing experience. They were home brewers.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, mash-ins are too long.
Well,
You know, the chemical, you know, breakdown is different timing. It's just, there's a lot to differentiate. It's a great beer from a good beer.
The pH of the water, of the liquor, it's no longer water in the brew kettle, it's known as liquor. And to get the pH right, because if you're in Burton, you've got a high gypsum,
Yep,
an
yep.
Epsom sort of
Burton
water,
ales,
with
yeah.
your lovely, beautiful pale ales, right? And the maltsters, that's another place. Malting is a critical, to get the right barley malted is a,
well, it's something we really don't have much of these
that's a
days.
whole new industry,
Yeah, yeah.
really is.
Isn't one of the craft brewers gonna be, I said read somewhere, they're gonna be,
Yeah, Phillips is
Phillips
going,
has
it's going
his
already.
own malting.
he's
He's
doing his
got his
own
own-
malting, everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he's-
have, you know,
yeah,
this
he's doing
is
it now.
Matt.
Yeah.
He's doing
I've
that.
seen him, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They buy hops from you, don't they?
We'll come up and see you in a minute.
Phillips buying hops from you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've sold
Yeah.
a bunch of fresh hops and pellet stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
we're working with them, actually meeting them next week.
Good.
But, yeah, why don't we keep on the
Let's
tour
go,
here?
okay.
You can hang out as long as you've got.
Okay, yeah. Give me one of those.
Cool.
I can go up there.
There you go.
I'll start you on I'll do the tour a little bit in reverse.